Hey, it's Jan Dielstra here. I just want to ask you a quick question. Who are your role models for love, for relationships? Where did you learn what love is? Is it Romeo and Juliet? Is it a drama, a horrible, painful drama? Or is it more like, who's Jackie Gleason in The Honeymooners? Who are your role models for love? What is love? Have you ever really felt it? Do you feel it? Have you ever been really, really loved, warts, zits, and all, by someone who knew you intimately, knew everything about you? Not just infatuation. I'm not talking about infatuation. A lot of people spell love, L-U-S-T, love. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about really, really connecting with someone at such a timeless level, an unconditionally accepting level. Doesn't mean you don't ever have little disagreements. What it means is that you are so respectful and so respected and admired by this person. Now, a lot of people put love and relationships on a pedestal where they're bound to fall from, because that is not real love. Real love and real relationships are going to get messy because they're human. We're human. And whenever you have humans, we have different sets of beliefs and values. We have all these different emotions. We have all this baggage. We have all these layers upon layers upon layers of lessons that we've learned about what love is, about who we are, about our self-worth, about our role in a relationship. Are you a traditional woman? Are you a non-traditional woman? What about your partner? What are the beliefs in the partner? All of those have to kind of merge and meld. And it's like a puzzle with pieces that will never quite fit totally. And sometimes they fit really beautifully, don't they? Now, did you learn that love is lasting and forever will, once you're in a relationship, it's forever, 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 no matter what, till death do you part? Or maybe you believe in an afterlife, eternal love. Whatever it is, have you really stopped to think about it and to figure out, to dissect what you learned from others and what you learned from media, television, peers, friends, parents, caregivers, grandparents? What did you learn about love from watching others? And when you were really a little tiny child, what was your environment like? What kind of love were you surrounded by? I grew up with I Love Lucy. That was the era, okay? I remember watching I Love Lucy, and as soon as it ended, I knew it was time for me to get my little short legs over to the kindergarten. And so I learned about love from Desi Arnaz and Lucille Ball. And in those days, they didn't even sleep in the same bed on television because that would have been just too risque. Now, my own relationships have been less than I Love Lucy idealism. They really lacked all of that. And a lot of them have been tumultuous. I'm a very strong-willed woman and passionate, a passionate woman. And I think I've attracted both powerful men and men who are not so secure, but who really are attracted to a powerful woman. So what kind of partners do you attract? What have your relationships been like in the past? And do any of your relationships, or your current relationship if you're in one, do they mimic that of your role models? Did you learn that maybe a woman's place is to be seen and not heard, or that if you really want to be listened to, you need to go to a friend as opposed to your partner? Or did you learn that, well, boys will be boys and men need caves, What did you learn? I would encourage you to really take some time, a few days at least, and kind of really sit with this and meditate on this, where you learned what you learned about love. And then go in and decide for yourself which beliefs don't suit you really. And your intuition will tell you, your gut will tell you. You know what to own and what to discard that doesn't suit you. So if you explore this for a minute, and you kind of go in and you learn, oh, well maybe this doesn't really suit me, because maybe this one feels a little antiquated, or that's good for them but not for me. You understand? And then get really clear about your worth while you're there, your role while you're there. What is your role in relationships? And then go a little bit deeper and find out, uncover, lift up that next layer and find out, what's your relationship with you? How close are you to you? How valuable is your relationship with you? Are you heard by you? Are you loved by you? Do you feel secure in the love and the care that comes from you to you? Really just take a moment and really be with that. What is it that's inside of you that is really love? What is your truest, number one core belief about love, beginning with self-love? You can't really love someone else, can you, until you love you? And yet how few of us ever make that journey inward. How few of us have given ourselves permission to actually go there. And when you think about that, I'd really encourage you to hear the voices in your head and the messages that you've internalized. Whose voice is telling you what it means to love yourself? And what did you learn? What is the message? Did you learn that self-love is conceit? Did you learn to be quiet? Did you learn that you're not worthy of being heard, of being seen? Did you spend a lot of time alone as a child or with others? Did you have siblings? Were you an only child? Where did you fit in the birth order? Because that has an impact too. Because the firstborn child receives a little more attention, generally speaking, than does the middle child. And the lastborn, well, they're the baby. So they get, babied. And all of that carries forward into your relationships, into your love relationships, doesn't it? So if you're a youngest and you're used to being a little bit pampered, cared for by others, being the baby, you're probably not going to get along really well in a relationship with another lastborn baby, because you're both fighting for the self-care. And if you're both firstborn or only children, well, you might have a chance. Just explore. I just encourage you to explore and to own what works for you consciously, not just by default. Living by default is not effective. And so when we really take the moment to explore into who we are, why we are, it's very empowering. So, empowered women, nice to see you today, and I hope you have the rest of a really awesome, awesome day, and connect with you next time. Much love.